I would, however, like to share my reflections on the impact COVID is having on us humans, our relationships with other humans, and the material world we inhabit. Looking beyond the obvious short-term behavior changes, people refusing to shake hands or rushing to the market and buying bulk packs of whatever groceries are available, I foresee 5 enduring changes. 1. The world will be a friendlier place. Social distancing is counterintuitive for humans. We evolved as social animals, and being locked away and deprived of social contact has caged this animal. A generation that has grown up believing time is money and that these are the only two scarce resources in the world is suddenly sitting twiddling their thumbs with nothing to do with their time and no avenue to pursue the growth of their wealth. Online parties and video calls are proliferating, and people are rediscovering the joys of social connection and the lost art of making conversation. In countless online chats across the world, people are committing to meet each other on the other side of the lockdown and have a real party when all this is over. So, expect a spate of reunions, prepare for the sight of 40 plus uncles behaving like teenagers, and for a run on the tourist infrastructure. Further, with the glorious uncertainties of life demonstrated by the virus, the younger generation is more likely to behave like the 3 idiots and less likely to emulate each other. Second, an increase in marriages among first jobbers. The urban jungle is inhabited by singles living a solitary existence, either alone or in these spaces they share with strangers and acquaintances. Faced with the prospect of weeks cooped up in this miserable state, many young people tried to skip out and go home to their families. Some succeeded, most failed. Currently, they are spending their days measuring the length and breadth of their private space over and over again, talking to themselves and sometimes to the people on the TV screens. All of them will be ruining their lost chances to build a relationship, wondering where a certain friendship might have headed if they had invested in it. Some may even be thinking of kicking themselves for having screamed at their mother when she tried to arrange a match. Those of them who have a significant other locked away in a different location would be resolving to end the wait as soon as possible, as soon as the lockdown ends. Added to the desire for companies, the economic logic of 2 salaries being better than 1, and the nesting instinct in the face of an uncertain future. Being married is set to become the smart choice. Third, a step jump in demand for housing and home improvement. A large part of the human population is used to seeing the home as a parking spot for the night. It is seen as a functional space. Things have come to a point where not just the home but even the furniture, furnishings and appliances are leased rather than bought. The lockdown has changed the equation between the home and its occupant overnight. Today it's the office we work in, the school we go to, the gym we work out in, the restaurant, multiplex, etc. we visit to unwind. The home has become the universe we live in. An unlucky few among us, healthcare professionals, airline employees, etc., have had the unnerving experience of being turned away by the landlords because of fear of infection. The vulnerability of the tenant is sure to have caught the attention of every person inhabiting a space on leave and license. I believe once the lockdown ends and things settle down, there will be a resurgence in the demand for housing on the one hand, and a surge in demand for everything that makes the house a home. The nesting instincts of a fearful animal combined with the sluggishness of the financial markets is going to create demand. It's up to the real estate sector to create an affordable option. In the post-COVID world, people are going to invest in creating a comfortable, secure nest for themselves. Fourth, a sharp drop in financial investments. A steep drop in the financial markets has accompanied the upward graph of the virus. People have been watching their accumulated wealth melt away as they sit and mull over the things they regret not having done in their lives. The virus has demonstrated just how uncertain our future is and how little we can do to secure this future for us and our children. This is bound to make people, especially the ones at the beginning of their productive careers, reevaluate the value of enjoying today versus saving for tomorrow. On the other hand, those of us who are approaching the end of our careers will start prioritizing a bucket list, the things we must do before we die, over adding to the retirement routine. In effect, the financial market needs to prepare for a hit in the number of investors as well as a sharp drop in the per capita investment. The post-COVID world will see a drop in the savings rate of domestic investors. Fifth, a new era of environmentally conscious consumption. The fresh air we are breathing, the clean waters of the Yamuna, the Ganges we are seeing in pictures, the clearing up of the skies we are observing, and last but not the least, the reclaiming of human spaces by wild species that we are witnessing has established two facts: how big an effect humans have had on the environment, and how quickly nature can repair itself. The environment skeptics have been slapped on their faces with evidence of what human activity is doing to the environment. At the same time, the lazy majority, which defends inaction, saying things are too far gone and can't be reversed, have been jolted into action by the visible effect of 5 weeks of no human activity. On this last one, I'm perhaps mixing wishful thinking in equal parts with objective analysis. However, I'm counting on the millennials to prove me right. In whatever environment-related campaigns we have run at Croma, we have seen great traction with this generation, and I believe at least they will take a more activist approach on this front. So my final call out is that post-COVID, the world will see a more circumspect approach towards consumption.